Support for this podcast comes from the patrons at patreon.com/FMLFPL. Okay! Welcome to FMLFPL Milan.
It's Walsh.
Walsh in our new house.
New house, new echo.
New house, new echo, no fridge. Let's go.
No fridge, don't need one. What do I do about the echo actual though?
This is a Nate question, but I guess anything you add to the room will help dampen the sound, but I'll also just do it in post. I'll do some, de-reverbing.
So is it anti-throttle post?
It's so worth it. The D-reverb will take 3 minutes and the throttle takes like 30. Yeah.
Okay, so just fill this room up with like stuffed animals and we'll be good.
Stuffed animals. Yeah, exactly. We don't put a bed against the wall. Murphy bed. We don't have anything to we don't have enough things to fill the house. It's a problem. Yeah. We'll figure it out. Some foam on the ceiling. Right. Just make it a proper studio.
Make it a proper insane asylum. Just a mattress everywhere.
Are you on floor 1 or 3 right now?
Well, it depends where you start counting, but to me, it's 3.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's the basement.
I don't know what that means. Oh, you're in the basement. That's one,
deep,
baby.
I'm deep. So
you're negative 3.
Yeah, I sawed this tree down over here because it was growing through the deck. We did that today.
That's fun.
But yeah, I have just this huge desk and my whole sitch,
so
there's nothing down here.
Doors behind you, right?
Closets.
So we can't really decorate. Or what can we do? We can put something on the closet door? Not really, right?
Dude, he had all these fucking...
For the audio listeners, Walsh just fucking took something off the closet cabinet and it broke.
He has these fucking sharper image tie things.
I have no idea what that is.
Dude, look at this.
It honestly looks like an LED light tube to me.
It's this is a fucking curtain rod, but it's you put your ties here. And then you push the button and it zooms around.
Oh,
it's
my
God,
you remember
these
hilarious.
From Made for TV?
I remember.
There were 3 of these in the house, and they didn't take them off
because maniac.
You have to destroy the house to do it.
That is absolutely insane.
We'll get that one off later. No big deal. Not right now. But I took 2 of them off. I had to. It's not easy to take them off, but we're cooking. We're cooking. We got a lot of action in the house, but it's fun.
We'll figure out a professional backdrop for the pod. Something some sort of doll somewhere.
We don't need
Walsh is just full of suits. God. Walsh is breaking everything. I'm narrating because the audio.
It's too much. This
is a great start to a pod.
All right.
I like the sliding doors though. Also, this is episode 498. We're almost at 500. It's pretty crazy.
No big deal.
That's a lot of fucking hours of podcasting.
We got a lot of podcasting to do. So full disclosure, I did not watch very much football this weekend. So I'm on a lot of... Yeah, but I mean, it's been a long excuse for me. I acknowledge that, but this was the last weekend of it. So I'll be back to full fitness this weekend.
TV is up and running and shit?
Well, we don't have a TV, but I'm up and running with my setup. Don't worry.
Okay.
I told you about that, right?
No, last time I was at your house, you had a TV, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Go on.
Probably now it's January, probably about 2 months running. And Damien just takes Lux's rubber dog toy, throws it across the house, slam dunks the TV, destroyed. Destroyed.
Oh, and God.
It looked
Lux
like
is the dog, for those who don't know.
Oh, yeah, the dog. It looked like there were ghosts inside the TV. You turn it on and it's just white, black, pulsating, all sorts. I was just looking, I was like, oh, this is not good.
That's a bad sign.
I call the people in the morning and I explain, they're yeah, now your screen's totally fucked. We're not coming, it's broken. And we were I was okay.
God. We're not even coming.
Yeah, we're not coming. We're not going to even take your money.
It's calling an ambulance and they're he's dead. No, we're not going to waste our time and charge you $10,000.
He's been dead for 4 days.
You're like, it's really smelly. He still hasn't moved. He hasn't breathed.
Yeah. So no, we haven't had a TV for a little while now, but we're looking at a Super Bowl TV.
Oh my God.
Discount.
Probably a good time to buy. Yeah.
Yeah. So now it's just a matter of how big are we going to get it?
Tough call.
TBD. We'll see. Tough call.
Okay. Well, the good news is Team Walsh absolutely fucking flying. Look at this. 75 points. Hello.
I mean, it was all Alon pilled by starting Hudson over Castagna. Huge.
Yes, baby. Hudson.
I mean, in fairness, on balance, incorrect result, right? Like Manchester United just didn't have a shot all game.
Had zero chances.
And then NFO were closer to a goal, but either way, we take the Hutchins.
Yeah.
And Clive, I mean, dude, fucking get rid of Enzo, and Clive gets more points than Enzo's gotten the last like 6 weeks. I love to see that. Not having Enzo is absolutely, and then he price dropped again, obviously today because he's a fucking savage. You. Yeah, I mean that just if only I did it weeks ago, but yeah, I mean Hodel Hollandsman was good, and yeah, I got a lot of points. It was good. Munoz got an assist.
2-0 in the cup, but a huge clash between you and Tall Ben.
Well, forget it. This is why it was the biggest week of my life, because he's going to fucking absolutely savage me.
He
has like 5 double game weekers or some shit.
And I think he has 5 frees or 4
he
frees.
Has 5 fucking doubles, 5. Forget it. I'm fucked
you're
this
in
week.
trouble. You're in
but
trouble.
2-1. I mean, I sign up for 2-1 every day,
All day.
Yeah, we're good.
And a 250K rise by you. You're in the top million, so you're doing well.
Fucking flying.
Another green hour for me, another win in the cup for me. So,
This was your first Hudson experience, right?
First Hudson. I mean, I've been stalking him through his bedroom window for a long time, peeping Tomming him and just loving everything I'm seeing. And then I put him in, does the job. I mean, I got points all over the place, just random bips and bobs here and there, good picks, bad picks, whatever.
The Boomo situation. I'm sorry.
Oh my God!
Are you kidding me with that?
That was
I lost my shit.
I mean, you disappeared from Discord.
I laughed.
You left.
Yeah, I was not.
Yeah,
not doing
Boomo,
well.
pen, miss, repen, make, and then did you see the bonus thing that someone sent to Discord today?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
should have got 2 + 2 bones, but because they played late, Opta, whatever bullshit didn't fix it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm happy. I'm another green, 2-0 in the cup, doing the job, and I'm on 3 frees. So we'll get to there. Yeah, One thing is like, I thought I was gonna get that Pickford assist on the pen.
Oh, come on, stop!
Hey, come on!
No, you come on.
Technically, right?
I don't know. They make it up as they go along.
It bounces. Veltman's a fucking moron and handballs it. And I think it was Veltman.
I don't know. Veltman, I don't know. It's just the handball. The whole fucking rules are so stupid, dude.
The rules are so bad
dumb
and so stupid.
They're so every week. It's you could see exact same video clip from something that happened like 6 years ago, and now and the ruling is completely different. It's
completely different. Yeah,
this was an assist. This is It's just fucking whatever.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Can't keep track anymore.
All right, league updates is the good news. We got the January mug winners who all use chips for the mug glory. So Liam, first place. You're a Wizard Harry. Triple cap Mo for the win. Good job by you. Ended up being close. Tim Naylor, blank merchant, who wild carded. And then Austin Ball in third place, aka Dudes. Another triple capper, edging out Give Me a Damn Mug by 1 point. Brutal for him. You're not getting a damn mug. You got edged out by Austin Ball. So
wait, I thought Tim was long gone. He's back?
Tim's back, baby.
Bocce coach?
Bocce coach.
Oh,
and
my
the other Nailer is
gracious.
always around.
Well, yeah, Dan's always around. He's the truther.
Yeah.
Bocce coach comes and goes. I can't believe he's fucking.
I mean, maybe I need to double check the Patreon. Is he not?
No, I'm sure he is.
All right. Well, TBD. I got to double check if this guy's scamming or not. Bocce coach, scam merchant.
No, he doesn't scam.
And then the public league leader, Lyle Mosley, don't panic. Still on top. 231 OR. Great job by everyone. I'll DM everyone about the mug, so look out for that.
Right.
Double game week 24.
Yeah.
That's where lion's share of the questions are. So I figure we just start there and see what happens, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It just feels very redundant. It doesn't feel that interesting, honestly. I think maybe we could talk.
Start there.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Everton, I guess, because with DCL out, I think Ndai is a little bit of an interesting case, right? And
yeah, I mean that was Voldy's question. He said Ladro to Ndai with Ndai on pens now. Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely something to consider, right?
Yeah. He's started every game. Like, the minutes are not a question. He's started every game all season, pretty much.
Right.
He has pens, at least for home Leicester. And if they buy a forward in between home Leicester and home Liverpool, maybe he won't be on pens for the second game, but probably will. I mean, they're safe. They don't need to spend money in the January window.
It's just still crazy a little bit to me. Like, how do they win a pen? I don't get that. That's hard for me.
Pickford assists. That's how.
Yeah, but it's like,
yeah.
Okay, short of a goal kick, like how do they win
literally,
a pen?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It has to be one of the worst pen shares in the league, right?
Yes. I mean, they're two pen. No, they don't have any like on paper pen wins all season.
Yeah.
Like, because that one didn't count in the stats as like they won a pen, like someone got tripped or dribbled or whatever.
Right.
I mean, he's probably the main way they do win a pen. He's a really good dribbler and he's like electric. Yeah. But and the long and short is they took like 3 shots and one of them was a pen. Like this is not a good attacking team. Obviously, they barely do anything ever. But Leicester's so bad.
Leicester are really bad. That's the biggest attraction.
That's
right?
the biggest attraction.
That's the biggest attraction. Yeah. You hope he gets 2 points against Liverpool, but the Leicester game is the big one.
I think the problem with it, and I'm not like breaking new ground here, is that you pretty much can't start him ever again. I don't give a shit what the other, like away Wolves in 28 people are looking at or home West End. Like, no. He's a never start ever.
You want to just transfer him back out probably.
Which makes it feel not worth it to me. But I think there are teams who's like, they could
8 attackers,
right? They could
4 frees.
Exactly. They
You're
could
Ben.
bench.
You're 6'8", Ben.
Yeah, like you could bench a Bournemouth guy home Liverpool, or you could bench Ladro away NFO, or you could, there's a lot of guys you could bench for an Ndai double, and then he goes to the bench for every other week.
Yeah.
That's totally fine.
That's reasonable.
I think that's the only way I would do it, though. I mean,
yeah. And then, what's up?
I was just going to say, I guess the other way is like, I'm just looking at my team. Like, if someone wanted to do, say, Wood down or whatever to make money to facilitate something else, like getting, Trent or getting Gakpo or like some shit like that, that's a big improvement on your actual starting 11. I could see that too. Part of a double move, maybe.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
I don't know. Wood. I mean, I can't believe people are talking about getting rid of Wood. I know you're just saying it because of this and that, but people on Discord are talking about Wood out a lot just because you get blanks once. Like, I don't get that.
Yeah, the fixtures are also very bad on paper, but I think on what's the opposite? What's the opposite of on paper? Because on whatever the opposite is, they're not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, Brighton home's good.
Reality.
At Fulham probably is going to be a 50-50 game. It's not good, but it's not, at Arsenal. Yeah. At Newcastle's fine. Home Arsenal's not good. And then
home Arsenal's by far the worst of the next 5.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only bad fixture. Like, the rest of them are just fine to good.
Yeah, it's just they don't have any good ones until after the run. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no home Ipswich anywhere.
But I'm with you. I mean, he's just everything we've learned about him is like it doesn't really matter because he'll get his big chance. And situationally, with a team like Brighton is a great example, right? It's like they don't concede a lot of shots. They're gonna have the ball, blah blah blah. Like, but they're also like kind of bad, and they're not good at defending in transition. And if I were the perfect team to like sit deep and counter on them, right? It just seems like. Yeah. They're going to let up a few big chances, and he's going to be on some of them.
Yeah. But I mean, moving over to Liverpool, I know we were both really big on Trent as the second Liverpool player, and I don't think we have to talk really much about that. But in terms of the Diaz is keeps kind of flattering to deceive, and then Gackening is gacked so hard this week with a 16-pointer in 67 minutes only.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, is it anything there, or is it, Gakpo should really be coming into more teams than we?
Yeah,
is that,
that's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah, I mean, assuming, Gakpo's not starting and playing, or if he does start playing more than, 50 to 60 minutes in the dead rubber Champions League game, there's no reason, I think, to not bring him in at this point. He started a million games in a row. He's scoring for absolute fucking fun. He's just a big part of the attack at this point. So he is clearly the guy to get. Diaz is sort of like a decoy, build up, win foul kind of guy in this false nine weird position. And it brings out the best of Gakpo. I don't actually think it brings out the best in Mo, but Mo is still just like so good that he's still going to get his chances and stuff.
Just doesn't even matter.
But yeah, it doesn't even matter. But I mean, Gakpo is just clearly the guy. I mean, the two questions we got, I mean, X50 is Gakpo now must own for the double. Doesn't look like he's a minutes risk as we might have thought. And then Jitterbug, who do I sell for Gakpo, Mateta or Wood? So
must
I think like
own.
I mean, it's a little strong, but there's no other forward other than like Isak ahead of him for this week specifically.
Yeah,
right?
But I don't think Isak's ahead of him this week at all. He's the best forward this week for sure.
I guess what I mean is I wouldn't transfer out anyone. I would transfer out anyone but Isak, I think. I think that's an upgrade. No, I would transfer him out. Away Arsenal, Holland. Yeah, I'm good. Pass.
Never.
Away Arsenal, home Newcastle, home Liverpool.
Never.
You got the points. Cash it.
What cash? He's been fucking 12, 6, 2, 13, 8. I'm fucking
perfect time to cash.
I'm hauling ass with Holland. I'm fucking hodling, baby.
Holland to Gakpo, easy.
I've lost 0.6 on him or something. I need to wait until he price bounces. I can't sell him. Yeah,
make some budget for next season.
Yeah, no, fuck that. Gakpo, Mo, Trent.
I think everyone knows that.
All right, so let's go talk. Let's talk about something else.
I mean, the only other one is well, two things, I guess. Is there's Pickford. Bovan said Raya in, Pickford out. Wait, he means the other way around, I guess. Raya out and Pickford in. Is it obvious or is it too much Everton defense? I already have Mikalenko. And then the other question, unrelated to that, is X50. How do we feel about a Mo triple cap? Felt like a safe bet a few weeks ago. Everton and Bournemouth are both on the up. Bo's returns have faltered slightly, or is this overthinking it? And regarding the triple cap, I think we have to imagine that it's not a Walsh situation and they haven't used all their chips, because this is the situation I'm in.
I haven't used all my chips. I have ass fuck and I have ass fuck.
But like Assman,
and I have free
clearly hit. Best chip in the game.
Yep.
By a lot. So you want to optimize for that. And I think Assmanning Liverpool with these two tricky aways, probably not the move. So I am considering the triple cap, even though I don't like the fixtures, just because
when else?
Late in the season, it's going to be like, well, I want to Assman prioritize this, and I'm going to be like, triple cap's just going to fall by the wayside.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, you almost have to, right?
Sort of. That's kind of how it feels.
Yeah. Yeah, you should do it then. If you have all your chips, this seems like this is when you're supposed to triple cap. You don't have any, you're not shouldering anyone out of the way for who to get or who to do. Yeah. It's not, you're not bench boosting, obviously. And, if you want to ask, man, there's only going to be a couple more doubles in the future, then you probably should. It's probably like objectively correct, right?
I think it is. Yeah. I mean, this is like mostly based off of hearsay in the Discord because we don't follow like fucking, Krellin, whatever the fuck. But like, if there's fewer doubles and you want to prioritize Assman because it has an upside of fucking 60 points, then I think it's the week to triple cap. And like away Bournemouth, tough fucking game. Away Everton, annoying, tough game.
Might not be that tough.
Not that tough, but like, 50 minutes of the ball in play at most. But like most
Deitch isn't there anymore. I don't know. I don't think it's
a lot of Deitch in that performance.
Yeah. No, I mean, you wish it was at West Ham or something instead of at Everton, where there's less, sting in the game. But you could do a lot worse. And Bournemouth,
you can do a lot worse.
And I also think, Bournemouth in this very rich vein of form almost is like the perfect time for Liverpool to come
maybe. Yeah.
Because they're just feeling themselves so hard. But when you look at the names on the backs of their jerseys, it's like, oh yeah, well, we just kind of do the exact same thing as you, and all of our players are better than all of your players. So that should only go one way. Yeah. So I think Triple Cap Mo is absolutely perfectly fine.
Yeah, so I'm pretty positive I'll be on that for all those reasons.
You should be on it for sure with all the chips.
And like the truth is, I expect 2 returns.
Boom.
Like, I don't think
you should
that's
expect
crazy.
Like 5.
Well, 2 games, 2 returns, like that's like his average, right? But any of them could be more, so it's good.
Yeah.
What do you think about bringing in Pickford? He already has Mikolenko.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems insane to me. Like you're spending a transfer on a goalkeeper for this nonsense, and they suck. And one of the games is against Liverpool. I'm just like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I still think crazy. Though he's totally fine until you get to game week 30, I guess, where it's just at Liverpool, home Arsenal, at NFL, home City, at Chelsea. Even though through that similar stretch earlier with Dyche, they clean Arsenal, clean Chelsea. It's still just like. I feel completely fine holding him until then. I don't think there's many keepers who are better. And I mean, we do need to talk about NFL also, who are just like out of nowhere conceding 1 billion goals and getting absolutely fucked by the Cherries. So, because Sells was the one that I was like, he's clearly better. And now I'm like, I don't even know who's clearly better. Fucking Hendo, maybe? Sure, but he has a double.
Certainly.
Yeah. Maybe.
But I just think it's just the premise of spending a transfer here on some. He's not even like 4. He's 5. He's not even cheap. It just doesn't make sense to me for 1 extra game when the game is against Liverpool. Is just like,
and it's barely
fundamentally. Yeah, fundamentally, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I'm with you. Okay. Yeah, what do you want to move to?
Well, yeah, we could talk about the Cherry NFO game. I mean, it was obviously everyone was kind of most excited about that game for the weekend of the slate, and it was an emphatic 5-0.
Fucking
kind of wild. I mean, it could have. I mean, the Kluivert goal, the second Kluivert goal that was disallowed was like, holy shit, this is insane. It was like peak Ozil, Giroud, Arsenal goal.
Yeah.
Like Walcott, Ozil, Giroud, Alexis, like ping, pang, kind of thing.
Wenger ball.
Yeah. But, the offsides was offsiding. But what do we draw from this game? Just NFO are fraudulent and Bournemouth are just God tier or what? It's just Django Unchained's world that we're all living in.
Is that how you feel about NFO? I didn't watch the full game.
It kind of
You just think they're completely frauds and like the defense is just going to like plummet and like...
I don't think they're complete frauds. Like, I just feel like it's literally the exact same Nuno team as the year they finished in 8th or 7th when they had
Wolves.
The Wolves year, when they had Jim finished with like 14 goals and like they won every 1-goal game. They were, just conceding 1 goal a game and winning 2-1, or they were just keeping it clean and winning 1-0. Yeah. Like, there was no margin for error and they were just doing it perfectly to get to that like lower upper half finish.
I think it was 6th.
And that to me is this team. Like that's how this team plays. That's how they're set up. And it's back to like, if Wood wasn't doubling his XG, they'd be in 8th.
Totally.
They'd comfortably be in 8th and we'd be like, they're playing 8th place football.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is and they're pretty good. And like, I feel like that's the regression to the mean that we're about to watch.
But do you think, like, I agree with you on every single one of those points, but for a fantasy perspective, is this like defense a sell? Is sells a nightmare? Like, I still lean no.
No.
I still think they're going to be totally fine and keep cleans and be solid, right?
Yeah, let's not get carried away on that side of the defense. But at the same time, like they have 9 cleans right now, right? What are we on? 23. So do I think they're going to finish with 16, like 15? Like probably not. It's a lot, and I feel like they've been high rolling.
They'll definitely get some more. I mean,
they're not going to get like 2 or 3 more. But if they get, 5 more, I'd be like, sure. That's about right. They have all these top 6 teams they have to play and they shouldn't clean any of them. And so, I mean, I think that they're just back to worth their price, not insane value for their price kind of thing, where you should really be looking at rotating them. Like you shouldn't next 4, right? Home Brighton, that's a tough game to evaluate. But
good.
It's might be good. But like at Fulham, at Newcastle, home Arsenal, home City, like you don't want to start them for any of those 4 to me. And I think that even Aina, like you have Aina's like, you just want to bench him. And
Aina should have turned into Trent last week. And if you didn't do that, he should be Trent this week. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I think it's sort of recalibrating to that. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. What about
totally.
you?
I think we talked about selling them last week, right? I think that was something that came up, and it hasn't really changed. So good rotational, but like fine. I mean, we got these questions. I guess this is on topic from Bolter and Parma. Like, why the fuck do I own Lardo? And because it's Brighton NFO this week, and then follow up was Daddy Honest, who said, can Hertzler replicate what Areola did versus NFO? Suddenly, JP there could be a good matchup to play him in. So it's like, you got to pick which side you believe in more. Is like, is Brighton capable of, oh my God, they're going to score 3+ against NFO? Or is JP a sell? Like, where are you at on JP right now?
I haven't even. It's still, I just don't think about selling him ever. Like he's fit. I just don't even, he's not even in my team.
Brighton just fucking stink. That's the problem with them.
I know, but I also just don't know what they're ever going to do any game week. I mean, they scored a few against Man United. He had that one the other week chalked off. He's on pens. Like, I just feel like everyone was talking about this after he had his few blanks and then he has 9-9. And then everyone's like, oh my God, I can't believe I got rid of him. And then he just rattles off 3 more blanks. But what does that mean? It means he's going to fucking return soon again. Yeah. But look, dude, he's fucking 5'5". He's a 5'5" attacker. Like he's not an 8 million attacker.
I understand people getting itchy though, right? There's the other 5 million attacker just got a fucking hat trick this week in Dango. And the other 5'5" attacker in Cliver just got a triple return, and after his hat trick already, so I kind of understand it, and I understand where people are coming from, and they see, what is it, away NFO followed by, Chelsea is kind of fine, home Chelsea, but then it's Southampton, home Bournemouth, home Fulham. I think I don't know where to come down on this because I think it's totally fine to get rid because I think like someone like Clivert is the same price on a better team and also on pens. It's like the same, just a little bit better. But I'm also with you that like if I hadn't just wildcarded, it's very little chance that he would be my number one priority.
I mean, there's just like for me, there's no. He would have to get hurt for me. There's no chance I would get rid of him. Like I will have him until the rest of the year. Like I think he's just such an amazing pick, and it's the kind of thing that we get itchy. To me, is like I get itchy trigger finger on players like this all the time, where they tick every box and then they blank a few times and then I try and convince, this is Bumo all over again. And I try and convince myself to get rid of him because I want some other guy who like, and I'm just like, I'm not fucking doing that. And I love it. Like it also helps because I love him.
Yeah. And, well, he's also, like, you love him and we rate him, right? It's like, he's so good, but man, Brighton don't help themselves. Like they are such a miserable watch. They have gone down my list to like, pretty much rock bottom. Like if they're on fucking TV, like home NFO, like NFO home for Brighton, the early game on Saturday.
It's not good.
That is so bad. Like that is.
I'm gonna wake up and watch it, and it's not gonna be fun.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna watch it, and it's gonna be fucking horrible. I wonder what we're gonna be talking about in Discord and that.
I'm not gonna watch a 9:30 game, so we have that going at least. But yeah, it's like I think Hertzler's is coming to be a little bit fraudulent. I mean, he does the same thing, almost like we've complained about this in years past with De Zerbi, but he just plays, he makes 4 changes every week. And, I know a lot of it is fitness related but sometimes it's not. And it's just, okay, Minta's like late to fucking meeting is like fine.
Oh, is that why he was out? I was wondering why the fuck he was out. Okay.
He was late. So, fine. I respect that. But
yeah.
Ultimately is, he's like Mitoma, for example. Like, how are we handling this player? He's the best player on the team, doesn't drop him for all these games. And then all of a sudden he just bombs him for a few games. It's like, well, why are we doing this? I mean, he's your best player. And then they bring him back in, and he's like playing well again. But the cohesion, the defense he's changed, plays fucking Lamptey, plays Webb's, it's just Veltman, Purvis comes in, he plays Hinchelwood's spot. He's just you never know who's playing. You just never know who's playing. And then it's 60 minutes, 4 subs. He just changes 4 players. It's like, well, now what? Like, just like some fucking random ass new for it's like, this is fucked, It
and almost seems like there's like someone at the top who's dictating his decisions. Yeah. Like, I almost feel like he's getting a Bloom phone call that's like, Gruda needs to be in the team. Like, I need to know what kind of asset he is. I want to sell him. I want to loan him. Like, and Ciso has to go. Like, there's so many moving parts at this club. Yeah. Of just like loan him, have to start him. He's hurt. Just like, Lamptey's in, left back. Like, it's like, what is happening all the time? And I guess and they can do that. They're 9th. It doesn't. Nothing matters.
It doesn't matter. But like, look at Ruder. Like the way that they've handled him is like he's starting. He looked like one of the most important players. Yeah. Never played more than an hour, and then all of a sudden he just never starts again. He hasn't started in like 2 months.
Yeah,
he's definitely in their best 11. There's no 100%. Question, without a shadow of a doubt, he's one of their best 11 players. 100%. And he just stops playing him for months. It's like, what are we doing? Well, why is this happening?
Like Matt O'Reilly and Ayari need to start every game. One of them needs to start every game. Yeah. It's like,
and then Dingray
should either of them ever start? I don't know.
Yeah, Dingray gets 4 games in a row, and he's clearly dog shit. It's ridiculous the way that the personnel change. Yeah, so it's all of the erraticism around the personnel makes the results just bad, and it's frustrating.
João Ladra will be in your game week 38 team, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, for sure.
Love it.
He still gets points.
Yeah, sometimes. Their attack's been, since start of the pileup, their 6th worst attack underlying the league. Only teams worse are Ipswich, Everton, Southampton, Wolves, and Man United.
But dude, I mean, look, like Ladra has 10 returns in like 17 games or something. So it's not sometimes. I mean, he's better than 1 and 2. So that's more than you should ever expect from.
Yeah.
And he's 5'5". He's 5'5". He also, what does he have? 1 pen, or he has no pens? He has 1 pen?
He definitely has at least 1, but it might literally be 1.
No, it's not at least. It is
1.
So that's also, I mean, how many did he have last year? He had like fucking 6.
He had 6, and in whatever conference,
every conference
bullshit they did, he had like 10. Yeah.
João Pedro. Love him. God dear.
Ladra. Let's talk about the Bournemouth side of things. Let me just read these 4 questions. So Signwave said, who does Kluivert displace in the optimal midfield of Mo, Palmer, Bumo, Gordon? Heim said, is not owning Kluivert stupid. Jarlborg said, how have Bournemouth become so good? Are their assets good long-term picks or just a wave to ride in the short term? And then Big Daddy said, Dango or Clive in for Sarr. So you're a fresh Clive owner. How's it feel at the top of the world right now?
It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good to get points from the Enzo spot. It just feels good. But he's clearly just in the finest fettle of his life, right? Like he's feeling his oats so hard. It's unbelievable. Like it's an unbelievable scenic thing from him right now. And it does feel very Almiron-esque or Gundogan-esque from years past of, he looks like he's gonna, his dick just grew 8 inches every single time he struts around.
He's actually hitting the ball with his dick, not his foot anymore.
I mean, the pops from the outside the box, he's just leathering it into the absolute top bins whenever he wants to.
So much spin. It's like a fucking slider from a pitcher's
or
hand.
No spin, and it's a knuckleball. It's just he's just destroying it right now. So I don't want to overthink or like, they have obviously a tough fixture against Liverpool at home, and then it's just phenomenal fixtures for literally 3 months.
Yeah, until
you should probably get
35. Yeah,
he's playing 90 all of a sudden. I mean, they just seem to be in the absence of a striker, just playing with these absolute savages. And I think honestly, a really low key huge thing with him is Ty Adams.
Dude, he's so good.
He's so good. Like he gives them so much dynamism in midfield.
I'm so happy about it.
Yeah, like so much running power that they haven't had before, where it's just they have so many players buzzing around all over the pitch that can cover so much ground and win the ball back and swarm like so fast that they're just doing a lot. And yeah, I mean, Clive seems like he's easily fourth. Like he should be right behind, I think, Mo, Palmer and Bumo is Clivert probably right now in the power rankings of midfielders to me.
So you're saying Gordon down to Clivert is a good move, maybe after this week.
Yes, I think that's a very
I'm
good
fine
move.
with that. I think that the other way to look at it is also just like, I mean, I know I keep throwing Ladro under the bus, but like that's the other answer is like he replaces the third forward is maybe optimal also. And you just keep the 4 good mids and who are all still really good, and you slot him in because he's again same price as Ladro, also on pens, and the team is 10x better. So it's like with better fixtures. So
where are you at on Django and Semenyo? Because they're both still low key just getting points, right?
I mean, Semenyo is IRL grade, and
this
he's
is a
third on the list.
Big postmortem.
Oh my God. The way he frauded all of us to be so good weeks 1 through 10. And then, or maybe I should say weeks 1 through 6, because then we all benched him in that City game.
He had 1 goal in the next fucking 10 weeks. He had 1 return in the next 10 weeks.
And then he just starts returning every week.
Now he's popping off. Yeah.
But you can't overlook Dango. I mean, that wasn't like some fluky ass hat trick, like, he got lucky deflection goals and like whatever.
No, the goals themselves weren't, but it's not like he's just been farming hat trick games
he's
or anything.
Playing. I think our initial hesitation with him was like, he's never played striker before. Like maybe they'll buy someone. Maybe Jebison will overtake. Maybe Semenyo will play striker. And now it's like after the Newcastle game where he played great and this game where he was fucking terrific, it's like he's just a good striker and he's a 5 million midfielder. Yeah. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, he just presses hard and is good at doing the things.
He's athletically insane. He's just posterizing Murillo for fun. He's good with his back to goal. He's good on the turn. He gets shots. It's like he's just good. So I think he's great. I would still rather have Clivert just because of the pens, probably.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
It's kind of close. I mean, Dango's fucking 5 million. How is he not price rose yet? Like, what's happening there?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
I mean, it's 0.7. I think that Clivert's. I definitely prefer Clivert to Django, but to me, the interesting the thing's going to be is the next game is February 1st. The window shuts, and if they don't get a striker. Starting from game week 25 against Southampton, like I think it should just be both. Like,
should probably.
I mean,
be
why
both.
wouldn't it be both? I mean, I'm looking at like, give me Mo, Palmer, Clive, Django. Like that mid feels
no Bumo. Is Bumo just a shit Clivert?
Well, I mean,
hot takes.
I mean, it's not that hot of a take. I mean, it's kind of they do honestly kind of occupy similar roles. Like Bumo plays so much peripheral wing bullshit where he's not doing anything for so many swaths of games. And I mean, you look at he has 14 goals, but how many pens does he have? Fucking 6. I mean, he has so many pens this year.
I'm not gonna fucking slate Bumo ever. I've learned my lesson. I think Bumo is still part of the best midfield, but I think that we should really be considering a 3-5-2. I know the forwards get the bones and blah blah blah, but
that's fair. That's fair.
The Dango Clivert 2-headed monster is just insane. Like it's so good.
It could be
10.7 for arguably the 5th or 6th best team in the league.
Southampton, Wolves,
with a
Brighton,
run of
Spurs,
fixtures.
Brentford, Ipswich, Western. It's pretty good.
Fucking insane run.
It's pretty good. And I mean, like I was just double checking. I was double checking, make sure Rushworth is still a still a Brighton player, not a Bournemouth player.
He didn't move.
Like I'm not gonna get like fucking locked out of a third one.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm looking at that big time.
Clive. I mean, that feels like something that you can, because no, like in air quotes, top managers would have like 3 Bournemouth players because they're too cheap.
Everyone's and I've been a Cherry for fucking years. Yeah.
So maybe this is, a crest of a wave to begin to ride after the Liverpool game of just kind of pushing a lot of chips in on Bournemouth and seeing how that goes, because
I think that's where I'm looking. I'm on good. 3 frees now. If I roll again, which I'm not sure if I will or not, if I roll again, I'll definitely be getting at least 1 Bournemouth, if not 2, and starting game week 25.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I'll be sitting on a fuck ton of money if I were to go like Eze and Gordon to those guys. But those feel like fucking upgrades to me. So I'm really going to consider it.
Yeah, because like I'm primarily looking at Gordon. Like I mean, he's been good. He's kind of
fucking good. Yeah,
he's just been getting points, and they look good every game for the most part, and score goals for the most part every game. And also, though, like with him compared to Django Strictly, is it's 2.5 difference, and they basically are like the same kind of FPL in open play output to me. From what I'm seeing, but then I also look at it as like, well, what the fuck am I doing with 2.5? Like, I don't like really need anything.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I can always find somewhere to put it. Yeah, maybe eventually, but yeah, I don't know. Gordon feels like he's kind of a little bit like, I don't know.
Yeah,
fixtures are getting a little bit tougher.
The fixtures are getting a lot tougher. I mean, away Man City, their defense is. Maybe we should talk about that game too. I mean, their defense is still like a complete joke. Man City, but the team overall is playing better, and they kind of took control of the game from maybe like 30 or 40 minutes onwards. But then, Newcastle have home NFO, away Liverpool, and pretty soon they're probably also playing for nothing. I mean, maybe that's actually unfair because they're fighting for Champions League, so I take that back. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, let's talk about the Man City game because that was an interesting one. 3-1. I mean, Gvard seemed like he was just playing fucking striker.
I mean, he has been all year, and he's still a terrible pick. It's the most fascinating thing of all time. Like, we have a defender who's a legit good striker. He's like an
goals.
He's an above average striker, I think, is like maybe selling him short. And he's still one of the worst picks in the game. That's a crazy combo.
He's not though, right?
He is.
No, he's not.
I mean, he is.
At this point, the amount of goals and the open play, like it's astonishing.
Yeah, I would not go anywhere near buying him unless they, maybe for a double. Yeah, I mean their defense is still like bottom 8. Like their defense is a complete fucking joke. And even with 5 goals, and he just most weeks he's a fucking 0 or 1 or 2 pointer.
Yeah,
he has a lot of those.
I don't know. I could see, after the next run of tough fixtures kind of passes that he's a reasonable pick because 5-9 isn't what it was game week 1. We have more money, and they have some good home games coming at the back end of the season that I could see from like 29 onwards. They could keep 5 cleans, and if they keep 5 cleans in that run, he'll probably get 3 or 4 attacking returns. I mean, you're flying at that rate. So I could see buying him around 29 and just letting him go.
Yeah, like I agree with that, predicated with the fact that they need to show me something beforehand. If they're still just like conceding 2 XG in all of these games, and I know they're tough games, but I need to see like a solid defense in these games. Yeah. If they're still conceding million chances, huge chances, I will not be bringing him in 29. But if they tighten up and maybe Kuznetsov, grows up a little bit after that performance, and the midfield plays a little better.
They need to get him some English lessons.
Oh man, he had a fucking 10 minutes to remember. Yeah. I mean, they were lucky to not be like 2 or 3-0 down then.
Yeah.
Before like kind of taking over the game.
Marmoush was pretty fucking fun.
I thought he was awesome. I thought he just like immediately made a huge impact and was
He's a psycho.
Good. Yeah, I love a psycho.
Yeah.
I love how there's just like, maybe there's some rule, some deal with the devil. There has to be one fucking Egyptian phenom per generation or something. And maybe he's the next one to take from
How
Mo.
old is he? I think
he's like 24 or something like that.
Yeah.
He's, for me, it's like if I'm projecting City from 29 onwards, he's number 1 on my list. Him and Holland, I'm like, that's yes. Like,
Holland?
I'm so in on him. Yeah. In 29. Not now.
Not
now.
And okay.
And then Chelsea, I don't know. Their defense is silly. Bob Sanchez is still starting games. Maybe arguably worst keeper in the league.
Dude, it's just so funny. Like Athletic or the mainstream media outlets.
Yeah.
Like,
what are they saying?
It's like, is it time to move on from Bob Sanchez? Or like, is
God.
Bob Sanchez
That's
the
offensive.
reason? And it's just like, dude, we've been watching and saying this for fucking before he was even at Chelsea.
What, 4 seasons?
When he was at
maybe?
Brighton, we're like, where's Steele? Like, why is Bob Sanchez? What? This is shit so fucking
That's
ridiculous.
Crazy to say. That's actually crazy to say.
But Chelsea are just, it's really frustrating. I mean, the defense is just the squad. I don't know. I don't even have enough time right now to get into Chelsea, I feel like.
Yeah, it's like Cole Palmer. I mean, Nico did his best possible to not get a return, but he still somehow got a return. Thanks to Kuzanov. I mean, I don't think they're this bad. They've like 2 losses, 2 draws in their last 5. I think they're just like having a dip, and they'll pick it up again and probably make Champions League. But also, what is Maresca doing in this world to have Bob Sanchez just still starting every game? And like, is he definitely making the team better, Maresca? Like, I don't know. I'm not.
But I don't think like you put Jorgen. Yeah, but I don't think you put Jorgensen in here, and it's like all of a sudden these results are like different.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't. Well,
I mean, Haaland doesn't get a free goal. It doesn't go 2-1.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I think that there's more like, I don't like the patterns of play and the seam. It seems like to me it's just like Mark Cucurella FC, and it's like everything he does is to try and free him up to get him free runs in the box, and like that's not the way forward. It's like, Palmer, it feels like he helps the opposition neuter Palmer by not doing anything creative to try and get him involved in games, while we've been watching over the last couple of months of him getting marked out of games like very comprehensively. So I just feel like there's just not a lot of tactical, like just creativity of moving players around. He puts Madueke and he does the same thing every fucking 5 seconds. And like, whether it's Enzo or, if you play Sancho or Net, or if it's Net, it's just like, it just doesn't feel like it's the cohesion. Like the sum of the parts feels really bad.
Yes.
The sum of the parts, there's a lot of parts here and the sum is really bad.
Yeah.
And I don't know how it's supposed to look or why or where or whom's to put. I don't have any coaching badges, but if you said like, here's your football manager squad, I'd be like, yeah, this is easily a top 4 team, challenging for the title. There are like 600 million pound players in this team, so do better than this. And the performances are just really bad. And
I mean, this is way oversimplifying it, but I'm just looking at FBref to see if there's just something there. And it's like they have a stat that's errors leading to an opponent's shot, and Bob Sanchez has 7. The next on the team is 3. He has 7 in 21 games. Every 3 games, he's making a huge error that's leading to probably a big chance. He's also at 73% pass completion. That seems good. Shockingly low. I mean, it's the lowest on the team. And you're passing from the most dangerous area on the pitch. And you have the lowest. It's just like,
no, that's something. Yeah, it's something.
It's fucking crazy.
And it's an indictment that's worthy of of notice. But
and they also have 5 keepers, by the way. It's not just Jorgensen. They have fucking 5 million keepers.
They've got a few. I mean, you also, to me, when you look at the team, the defense is a fucking disaster dumpster fire. I mean, the way the squad is constructed is ridiculous. Like Chalobah, they just recalled, and he's like immediately their best center back kind of. I mean, Cole is fine.
He's fine. Cole's maybe still hurt.
Honestly, I think Cole might not be as good as people were kind of anointing him to be the second coming of Christ a couple years ago. But I mean, he was like, and I mean, look, you put like someone like Mark Gahey on this team and you're like, oh yeah, this paper's over a lot of cracks, but they don't have any fullbacks. Like they keep buying really bad center backs, and then Fofana gets hurt again, and it's So yeah, I mean, it's a lot of issues, but
ideal.
Also like they should be doing better. It's kind of talking out of both sides of my mouth, like a little
but
bit.
Palmer's
little
still
bit of both,
just like great.
Yeah,
like there's no part of me is like, oh, get rid of Palmer. I mean, he has 21 returns in 23 games or something. I'm not worried.
I transferred Palmer
and he also
out
had
before.
the easiest assist ever. It's just Nico decided to, not.
Yeah, do shoot. Nico stuff. Yeah. I transferred Palmer out once before and he got 25 points the next week. I will not do it again.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. Not much else to say about that game. Let's see. We got some Ass Man for slot / Moyes questions also. I mean, let's just bang it out. But
all right.
I mean, Bovan specifically asking me, what do you think, Alon, about the double game week for your team? Asking because I'm thinking about using Ass Man slot. I don't know what to expect of Bournemouth and Everton away. Marco S., we know that bad players on bad teams is still usually bad during a double game week, but is Ass Man the exception with the potential win bonus for teams lower down the league? And then Voltaire, is there a case to be made for Ass Man ASAP? I mean, I think that all of this is kind of covered with what we talked about earlier with the triple cap, which is like you should be prioritizing good Ass Man fixtures, not good triple cap or bench boost fixtures. Ass Man is worth 10x either of those chips. So,
yeah, I think it's also just really noteworthy though how hard it is to pick a winner from 5. Like 5, it's a lot. Like you're not just like, oh, it's an underdog because it's 12th versus 10th. It's like it's a huge discrepancy.
I know.
So it's hard because you could say like, oh yeah, well I have 2 bites at the cherry where I have 2 underdog, 5 rank. They lose both those games to 0. Like you get no points. Like you just don't get any points.
I mean, we have our first like data point, right? We have our first guys, right? So Hertzler, Silva, Nuno, and Pereira all got 0 points. And Juric, McKenna, Glasner, Maresca all got 1 point. Yeah, for 23.
If you played them this week, yeah.
And it's like the question is like, how many people are going to be baited into Moyes because he got a fucking 19-pointer
game? Yeah, like they should lose all these games and they suck.
Yeah. He might get 1 point in the double game week.
Yeah.
It's not good.
No, it's not good. It's not good.
So bottom line is I would rather triple cap than Ass Man because the fixtures for Liverpool are bad and hard. Save Ass Man for a better run.
Yeah.
All right. Some other questions. D-Bomb, I decided it's finally time to remove my cuckold chair from David Raya's bedroom. I want my new partner to be cheap and nasty. Can you tell me the best sub 4-5 keepers? Our fans are the best. His chair in Raya's room.
It's good. It's
really good.
I mean, yeah, it's Hendo for
right?
me. Yeah, it's dude. He's been phenomenal for me ever since I got him. Yep. He hasn't gotten points every game week. God bless. But we still just play. Yeah, we just play with fucking 8 defenders. It's when you play with 8 defenders,
good things
you tend
happen.
to defend well.
Yeah.
So I mean, sometimes LaCroix decides to sabotage your life, but we don't have to go into detail on that one. But
yeah.
It's Hendo for sure.
Yeah, it's Hendo. Yeah, I don't even know really who else is a fucking shout at this point with how badly some of the other teams have like fallen apart. It's only Hendo, sort of.
Yeah.
Jonathan, is Bumo Wissa double up possible in the future? Game week 24 against Spurs looks enticing. We got some other Wissa things. Parmo's thinking about JP to Wissa, Ladro, and Marco and Shiv said, is Gordon worth a swap to Bumo?
They do have a really good run right now.
Yeah, so they're home Spurs this week, and then they're at West Ham, at Leicester, home Everton, home Villa. Then it gets a little trickier. I mean, maybe home Villa is a little bit tricky too. So, but these 4, I mean, Wissa's fucking great, and Bumo's even better, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's maybe reasonable to. Nah, you still want the Bournemouth guys over. Like if you were to transfer in like Wissa or a Bournemouth guy starting next week, it would be a Bournemouth guy for me. But Bumo in this week, Wissa in this week, like both are good.
Yeah. Yeah, same page.
And like just expanding that out a bit. Like, I'd so much rather bring in Puma or Wissa or a Bournemouth guy than any of the Everton guys, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Platty, would you rather sell Hall or Robinson for Trent?
Oof. Probably Hall.
Newcastle found out.
Yeah, the fixtures just like get a little bit tougher, and yeah, the defense is. I don't know. It's pretty close, I guess. I don't know.
It's really close. They're both kind of like
It's
on
close.
the downturn a little bit. Like they both were way overperforming, and it's been come back down to earth a bit. Are they priced the same? I guess they're also really close.
Yeah,
in price,
now
right?
they're about the price. Yeah, now they're about the same price. Yeah.
God, I mean, I guess
I feel more strongly about Fulham with Burge back. Like I like their defense just better.
My answer would just be like sort of who rotationally fits who fits better with your team. Like
Their
both of them
are so bad. Fulham.
Well, yeah, like Fulham away Newcastle.
maybe it's
you don't
not.
want to start. They have home NFL, home Palace at Wolves, like at Brighton. Those are all fine.
They have one good home game the rest of the year against Everton, 36. The rest of their home games are terrible. They have NFL, Palace.
NFL and Palace are cleanable fixtures. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, they're cleanable, but I don't think they're good. To me, those are both games they're going to concede. I think they'll concede in both those games. Spurs, Liverpool, Chelsea, Everton, Man City. Those are their home games for the rest of the year.
I mean, you could say the same about Newcastle, though. I would rather the short-term answers like Fulham with the home NFL, home Palace, away Wolves, away Brighton. I think those are all startable. Whereas like Newcastle, you have to sit them in 25. You have to sit them in 27. I don't feel great. But like if you can bench Hall and then, start starting him at home Fulham, home NFO, away West Ham, home Palace, home Brentford, like you can, that's a better rotational guy. So that it kind of depends on your team. Last question, Steve. Is it time to rip the Luis Diaz Band-Aid off and get Sobe on my Sly or Gakpo? Sobe's underlying numbers in the past few weeks have been impressive. I've been shouting.
If you could do
Gakpo's obviously better, but it's another transfer.
Yeah, if you have
sort of depends like how many frees
to burn. Right.
Yeah, but Sobe is fucking very reasonable, and his numbers lately have been crazy. He's been playing so well lately.
Yeah. You've been higher on him than I have been, but
he's just been ridiculously good lately. Even the Brentford game, I mean, he had 7 shots. He hit the post twice.
Yeah.
And then Ipswich, great goal. And I think he's clearly cemented himself as just, especially with Curtis hurt, like he's going to start the games.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess he has been, playing very attacking. Like he's just leading. He's playing basically like second striker, presser kind of guy, right?
Exactly. Yeah, he just ends up like in the box with the ball all the time.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of avenues necessarily, but from that standpoint, yeah, for sure.
I think it's a decent one, and you'll just get rid of him in like soon. Soon after. Yeah. Hold him for home Wolves in 25. That's great, and then you'll figure it out from there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's actually maybe something I can think about doing, Gordon to Sobes.
Yeah, and then before you move him on to what, like a second Bournemouth guy or a third Bournemouth guy or something?
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's a placeholder for Django after the Wolves game or something.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the same with Eze.
Yeah.
And Eze took 5 shots and created 5 chances, and yet I'm still just like, I don't know,
Yeah.
I'll get rid and he'll return for sure, but I got to go for the double probably.
I mean, like Gordon just like home Fulham. I'm just like, it's a pretty good fixture, but just like, I don't know, it could backfire. I was thinking about starting to try and stockpile, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So what you're looking at? What kind of moves? You have a few free transfers.
I have 3 frees. I mean, that's really the only move I would consider. I mean, there's no real world where I would get to Gakpo. Like I would have to take out Wood, which maybe I should. If I did it last week, I'd be fucking plus 14 now, and it would have been a genius move. And Wood does have not great fixtures, and Gakpo has the tough 2 aways and home Wolves. So maybe I should be thinking about that more. But that would have to be a double move because I have nothing in the bank. Whereas I could just do like as it is so. I could also just fucking roll and be triple gap mo and be probably
go to 4,
completely fine. Go to 4.
Yeah. There's big fuckle on Wednesday.
Yeah, not for Liverpool though.
Well, no, but I mean everyone else. Everyone else has Europe this week, so we'll have to see.
We'll have to reassess, and we'll do our teams more on Thursday.
All right.
And then captaincy. I mean, there's no captaincy, so
no captaincy this week. We can skip that segment of the pod.
Anything else?
I think we're all good, babe.
We're all good. New house, one and done. Love it. Yeah. One has to slap Chris Howarth. Maybe get in there. And any last words?
I'll see you tomorrow.
Check us out at fmlpl.com. Follow us on Twitter at fmlplsportsbeat.com/subscribe, rate, review.